everybody, it's Susan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. And if you're new here, buckle up because this is going to be a crazy one. So today I'm going to do a Q&A. This is going to be the first in a couple of Q&A. I'm going to do the coffee Q&A today. And then I'm also going to do a tipsy Q&A with a glass of white wine. So that is coming very shortly. I have all of the questions. I also did an instant giveaway. You guys, I'm not prepared to do all of this. Okay, yes, I did just sit it up there. I don't know why, but I just did. First things first, I'm gonna do the Q&A. Then I am also going to announce the winner of my instant giveaway from my last video, which happened to be 2 items from the Creepy Crate. One is a greeting card, the other is a pillowcase. So I tried to do screen recording and just randomly scroll and then
hit it, make it stop using my finger, you know, and all of that. So
I'll try to include that in this when I announce the winner of that. So let's get started. Now, for anyone who doesn't already know, I do film using my iPhone, so I can't pull up the questions and read them off. So I had to go old school and print them so that I could read them while I'm recording. Talking about resolutions for 2019. Okay, there's one. Maybe actually invest in not just the investing in a camera, but the time that is necessary to learn how to properly use it, and then converting to, you know, using the real version of iMovie where you can actually do things, which is probably more advanced than my abilities, etc., etc. Anyway, we'll get to that later. These are in no specific order. I told people they could leave questions on the YouTube video or on a specific Instagram post. So here we go. This one is from the YouTube video post. Kristen Grimm says, what got you into Elvira? And can you do a tour of the room that you film in? And I love your videos. Thank you so much, Kristen. So I did respond to her directly on this for a couple of different reasons. But first, what originally got me into Elvira was watching her on television with my dad. It was a big bonding thing for us. We loved watching Elvira, and so that just grew from there. So my admiration of and love for Elvira just continued to grow through the years. That was always something special that my dad and I shared, and that's that. Okay, so, and the next part, can you do a tour of your filming room? You guys, I have thought about this so many times, and I'm actually right now in the process of doing like a mass purge, and I am reorganizing, so everything behind you that you can't see and to the side is all being redone, and I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting. I do film at night, so here's the problem. Normally I film at night. I have filmed during the day, don't get me wrong, but I normally film at night, and I use several different lights to make it appear as though I'm up during normal human hours instead of just vampire hours. And so for me to actually then go through and film the room, I would still have to have all of those lights on for, you know, at least halfway decent lighting for you guys. Or else I would have to really get up early and all that good stuff because of when the light during the day comes into this room. So I have not figured out my strategy on that because obviously these lights take up a lot of space and look terrible. So I really didn't want them being a major part of the room tour video, but yes, I am working on how to go ahead and do that. So that is the answer to that question. Thank you for that, Kristen. And the next question is from Lita Ferry. Hey Lita, how are you? Her and I go way back. She says, my question is, how long did it take you to learn how to get your victory curls perfect? Like they always look amazing. Okay, first of all, thank you so much. To me, in my eyes, I feel like at least 8 out of 10 times I kind of look like Gumby. Insert Gumby photo here. And that is because my hair goes to the left. So I have more hair on the left side of my head. So the roll is bigger on the left side of my head. so I then kind of look wonky. But originally, I mean, I've been doing this for years, and these are not technically correct victory rolls by any stretch of the imagination. I have done my hair in that manner before. I just find that it just looks terrible with my chipmunk cheeks. So I decided to kind of do my own take on it. And then also, normally people don't have any bangs or any hair hanging down when they do those. And I just decided, you know what, let me just kind of make my own thing. So I just kind of made my own thing with this, and then I kept getting a lot of compliments, so I'm like, hey, why not do my hair like this every day? So I do. I do wear my hair in other ways. If you have seen me in person, you may have seen me with my hair completely straight, or just down and kind of wavy. But for this, originally, I do use a I think it's a retro, like it's brand new, okay?
It's not an actual vintage brush.
It's a retro 50s, 60s style teasing brush is what it's called, and I use that and a crap ton of hairspray, and then I use a round brush to smooth the outside of it, and then obviously hairpins, bobby pins, whatever you guys want to call them. And every day they're a little different, to be honest. Some days look better than others, some days are more wonky than others, but you know, I just go with it, you know, the pins in and then spray the out of it, okay? That's basically what I do. So what can I say? But I will say this, when I take these out, I look like Strange Bride of Frankenstein, but only partially. So it's definitely interesting. But thank you. If you like it, thank you so much, because that's why I keep doing it, because I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. So, you know, hey, beginner's luck. I don't know. The next question is from Toxic Cupcake. I love your name, by the way. What movies are you looking forward to seeing in 2019, and are there any horror TV shows you like? Well, movies that I'm looking forward to in 2019, definitely Jordan Peele's Us. I am definitely looking forward to Us. I saw the trailer. I think it is legitimately going to induce some fear, which I'm looking forward to, because a lot of new horror to me doesn't really do that. I am also looking forward to Happy Death Day 2, which is Happy Death Day to You. I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was really fun, kind of throwback 80s vibe to me. I love a good horror comedy, and so I am definitely looking forward to that one as well. I hope that it does not disappoint. There are a couple of others that I'm looking forward to that I'll link right here. Also, I kind of want to see Greta with Chloe Grace Moretz. I know that seems to be running more along the lines of thriller or psychological thriller, but I still really enjoy those, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it will be a good year for horror, knock on wood, hopefully. And so yes, and as far as horror TV shows, I have watched tons of them, okay? I was a huge fan of Scream Queens, obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis, Queen. I was a huge fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead, R.I.P. I really am still waiting for a season 4 to come out of the woodwork from somewhere, Netflix, Shudder, somebody get Bruce Campbell, sit him in a corner, make him say yes, because I would really love that. And I watch American Horror Story. I was excited about this last season, Apocalypse, but I've got to be honest and say that I was a little bit underwhelmed, and I didn't finish the whole thing, so I still need to. But I was very excited about Jessica Lange, you know, about everybody being back, and I know that I had a huge Coven spin on it, and a lot of people didn't like that. I don't mind that. I liked Coven, but overall, I still have not seen the entirety of Apocalypse, so I need to do that. You know, if you want to go retro, I like to watch Alfred Hitchcock and Twilight Zone in the middle of the night. Shout out to, I think it's MeTV that shows all those that I'm watching in the middle of the night. Obviously, Svengoolie is still on. And of course, I've always been a fan of the Munsters, so Addams Family, all of those classics. And the next question is from David Martin. David Martin says, love this channel, may it get bigger and bigger. Thank you so much, David. And it says, okay, the standard question, LOL, what got you into horror? And by that, producing YouTube content. Okay, well, I've been into horror my whole entire life. I grew up really just loving Halloween and tending to be intrigued by some of the spookier things. And it may be because I'm extremely right-brained and I'm very into the arts and performance and theater and, you know, all of those things, makeup and theatrics. So I think it was just kind of a natural for me to love Halloween when you could wear costumes, have crazy makeup, be someone else for a day. All of that I was really into. So I always grew up loving horror, like I said, watching Elvira with my dad and all of that. It just became a natural thing. I really loved Vincent Price after I found out about him. So I really always kind of loved horror. As far as why I chose to produce horror related YouTube content is because I kind of one day, as we all do, I looked up something on YouTube and then I kind of fell into the bunny hole, and then I thought, oh wow, like there's this whole like horror community. I can go on and watch people review new horror movies, and other people were seeming to have a community where they were talking about these things, and there were other people that, you know, collected Halloween franchise merchandise and, you know, Elvira and, you know, fans of the same, you know, 80s horror and that sort of thing that I was a big fan of. And so I just thought that it was really cool, and I thought it was a great community. And so finally I just kind of decided, you know what, like, everybody else does, why not? Why not just give it a shot? Why not just try it and see what happens and have fun? And, you know, I'm so glad that I did, because everyone in the horror community here has been so amazing. And I mean, I'm blessed that I do have real life friends that are big horror fans, and, you know, or at least the same types of horror and the same main things that I'm a big fan of, and that sort of thing. So that's always fun, you know, just Halloween in general, haunts, that kind of thing, special effects, makeup. You know, I have friends who, you know, are actively involved in work doing those things, or just enjoy them, or all of the above. So I'm blessed in that respect, because I have met a lot of people in the YouTube horror community that say that they don't have any friends in their area, in their life, that, you know, are even interested in horror or, you know, movie makeup or anything like that. So as far as that's concerned, I'm very lucky in that by, you know, being a horror YouTuber, I just expanded my horror family, so to speak, and I'm really grateful and thankful for that, and I've met some of the most wonderful people. The next question is from Oracle684. Hey Susan, what was it like meeting Brandon, aka Wet Movie 1, at Monsterpalooza when you went? I have met him several times over the last couple years, and I mean, we just briefly, you know, say hello and chit chat for a moment, and he's just always been very nice to me, and you know, we don't really know each other well or anything like that, but he's always been nice to me. So there you go. And the next question is from Elizabeth666. Hey girl, how are you? Good to see you. She says, I love your channel. Thank you. You too. And I will link her in the description box below. And she says, what is your earliest horror movie memory? And you know, I was really trying to think, like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? My very earliest horror memory, I mean, I know it has to be watching Elvira with my dad, and I know that it had something to do with that, with seeing Elvira. I also saw House on Haunted Hill very early on, and I think that I saw it before I saw Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street all the way through before I saw Halloween all the way through. But at the time, as a kid, when you're not supposed to be watching these things and you are, they scared the crap out of me. So, you know, that's why I love them so much today, right? Okay, and the next question is from Brittany Smith. She says, what's your hair routine because it's so big and gorgeous? Okay, so I kind of answered this in my previous question about my roles, but I will say my actual hair, According to my stylist, so leave all the hate in the comments below, but according to my stylist, I should only wash my hair about twice a week. So I do only wash it twice a week, but wait.
If I sweat or inclement weather or, you know, whatever, trust and believe that I do wash it more than twice a week.
So I don't wash it excessively, and I do not ever blow dry my hair, because I feel like I'm already frying my hair with either a flat iron to curl it or a curling iron to curl it or a flat iron to straighten it, that I do not want to add any more heating elements to it. Also do use a heat safe spray, and that's about it. Honestly, like I don't do that much. I just recently purchased a hair mask though. If it looks really good on camera, thank you so much, because in real life I always feel like it looks dull and like I definitely need it cut. But thank you so much, I really appreciate the compliment. And the next question is from Steve at Flipping the Nerd. Hey Steve, how are you? He says, Happy New Year, Susan. Happy New Year. And he said, what was your favorite moment in a film that you saw in 2018? You guys know. You know I love Halloween. You know I love Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. So you know it's definitely gonna be from Halloween. I know some people didn't like it. I realize it's not without its faults and all that good stuff. But I think that my favorite moment from Halloween in 2018 was honestly probably when Laurie looks at Dr. Sartain and says, oh, so you're the new Loomis. Because you know that's what everyone watching the film who has seen the original Halloween has been thinking. You know, oh, this is the guy they're trying to, you know, pattern after Loomis. When in reality, Laurie was really like the new Loomis, right? To a certain extent. And I just thought that was hilarious. I thought it was really well placed, and it was, you know, kind of a little wink wink nudge nudge inside joke to all the fans. So I really loved that moment. I don't know why. I mean, but honestly, as soon as I read the question, that's what came to my head. So I'm definitely going to have to say that is my answer. Okay, and the next question is from I Am Franny. Hi. They said, if you were to be trapped in any 80s horror movie, what would it be? If I were trapped in any 80s horror movie, what would it be? Ooh, you know, like I would want to say Nightmare on Elm Street, but it would freak me out, right? Because Freddy can get in your dreams. It's a whole thing. It's a lot tougher than just, you know, being in reality and trying to ward off a monster or a killer or whatever. I feel like, I don't know, maybe Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter, because when I was a teenager I was not that vapid or anything, so I don't know, but I definitely think I would outsmart him in that instance. So I will probably say Friday the 13th part 4, the final chapter. Yeah, probably that one. And the next question is from Chepsty2. If Elvira attends Monsterpalooza, will you cosplay? If she attends Monsterpalooza, I will. I mean, I always try to go to Monsterpalooza whenever I can, for as long as I can, whatever my work schedule allows. So, as far as that's concerned, I always intend on going to Monsterpalooza and keep my fingers crossed that I will be able to. That said, if she goes to Monsterpalooza, will I cosplay? Whether or not she goes to Monsterpalooza and whether or not I cosplay, if I go, will I cosplay? Here's the thing. I love doing it, but it is warm. And by that I mean physically, it's not super easy in the heat out here, people. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. I'm someone that I'm not a huge fan of heat. I grew up in a different part of the country where we had 4 proper seasons, and 2 of them were actually chilly. So I get overwhelmed easily by too much heat. If it's not really hot, then yes, I will cosplay. If it's super hot, oh no. If it's 102, whatever. No, I will not cosplay. It's just not gonna happen. And the next question is from Random Horror 31. That's Ross. Hey, Ross. He says, hey, Susan. So it's Q&A. Here's my question to you. What is your animal sign in the Chinese zodiac? I have no idea. I am unfamiliar with the Chinese zodiac. I know it's animals, and I love animals, but I have no clue. So I have no idea. I don't know. And the next question is from the Glamour Ghoul. And the Glamour Ghoul won my last giveaway, so I will link her channel and her Instagram in the description box below for you as well. And she says, do you remember the first horror movie you ever saw? And so I just kind of covered that a few moments ago. And have you ever experienced any sexism in the horror fan community? As far as that's concerned, yes and no. I do feel that overall, in general, it seems like men in the horror community are more readily, more easily well received by the general masses. But as far as with other horror fans, I feel like there are more of us females than what we all actually know. So in general, no. And I do find though that in general, if, for example, if in this thumbnail or in this video I were wearing something low cut, a dress that exposes my cleavage, which I have done before, okay, I do happen to notice that those videos get more views. And I do know that there are a lot of people that do that sort of thing for views, because they know that more people are going to click if, you know, if their girls are in the thumbnail or the video, and I don't do that. I mean, I just think that that's more of a YouTube in general thing. It's not a horror community thing. So, no, not really. And then she also says, were your family members also interested in horror? No, they weren't. Vincent Price actually scared the crap out of my mom. She found him creepy and frightening for whatever reason. I mean, she liked him like on a personal level, like if he was on something as himself, like on a TV show or whatnot. But she thought that he was spooky and scary, and she had no idea. She just could not figure out why on earth I was drawn to him. I wouldn't say that anyone in my family was specifically into horror. Like I said, my dad was, you know, a big Elvira fan. My parents both enjoyed Halloween. We always had a good time. We always thought it was fun. But they didn't like go to haunts or anything like that. They didn't watch a lot of scary movies. I would make them watch scary movies as I got older and that sort of thing. But yeah, no, not really. What is my favorite item in my horror collection? Probably the deluxe edition Elvira book that has the piece of the sofa in it. That is probably my holy grail item for my collection. Wow, I mean, I've got several. Definitely the Spooky Empire limited edition Elvira Funko Pop that Vince sent me. That's like unreal gift, and that is definitely one of my prized possessions. And this little lady right here, which is the limited edition, there's only 50, which is Elvira in the black dress. I know in the box it's the red, but it was made just for Knots.
I also really love this NECA The Night He Came Home set with the Loomis and Michael Myers figure, as well as my Nick Castle autographed Halloween movie poster.
But my number one would definitely have to be the Elvira ring that I got from her on stage during one of her shows in October of 2017. That was amazing, and that is my number one cherished item, because that's just, it's just insane to me, and I absolutely love it. So that's definitely my very favorite item. And then the Glamour Ghoul also says, what is my favorite horror shirt that I own? Oh, that is so tough. Oh my gosh. Like, I have so many. I mean, really, so many. So many, it's not right. You know, honestly, and it's right here, I have to say, having this Haddonfield jacket from Fright Rags, I mean, this is just too much. I love this so much. I love the subtlety and the cool factor of it. I just absolutely love it. So that is probably one of my very, very favorites. And there are several different artists that I really love their designs on the shirts. So it's just too hard. There are so many. I don't wanna pick one because I love all the horror shirt fam, you know. They all do incredible things all in their own way, and I have things from all of them and I love them all so much. So I really honestly cannot pick just one.
I will say that I have been really obsessed with this Halloween 2018 design from Fright Rags lately. I have it in every version and I've been wearing it non-stop, so that is probably my current favorite.
And the next question is from I can't talk.
And the next question is from Pumpkin Dame. And she says, Q&A question, when did your love for the horror genre start? When I was very little. And what was it that started it all for you? And I answered this a couple of times, probably watching Elvira with my dad, House on Haunted Hill, seeing Vincent Price, going from just Elvira and Vincent Price and some of the classic old school horror movies to busting out the entire genre was probably Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street all the way through and I was like afraid to sleep for 3 days. And then Halloween would be on TV every year and I would always try to watch it, but I would get too scared and I'd have to turn it off. And when I was finally able to watch the entire thing, I just felt so accomplished. I felt like, you know, I had done this major accomplishment in life and that I, you know, like I triumphed over fear and all of this. And it just really drew me to it. And the fact that I could really relate to Laurie Strode, even being, you know, younger than the age she was in it and all of that, I just really felt like, oh, that's me, I'm the good girl, I don't do anything wrong, I don't do anything bad, and, you know, I'm kind of quiet and everything, but yet, you know, she's still the one, like, taking charge and trying to kick some ass. So, so that Halloween probably really busted the door open for me.
And I also don't want to discount the fact that Stephen King in general, reading his books, seeing the movies, Carrie, most importantly, also Pet Sematary, Christine, Misery, those really impacted my love of the horror genre.
Okay, and the next question is from the same picture of Elvira and Cassandra every day on Instagram. I will link that in the description box below. Check them out. I'm sorry, I need more coffee. Okay, how many people that watch my channel have watched Graveyard Girl and remember throwback to Sippy Sippy?
I know. I'm a nerd, I don't care.
I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, and whatever you want to call me, I'm fine with it. Okay, so the next question is from same pic of Elvira and Cassandra. I will link in the description box below. What is it like to meet new people at conventions and events? Do you get nervous or flattered? Both. So here's the thing, I love meeting new people at conventions. Here's the problem though, okay? So I'll be honest with you, if I've ever met you at a convention and I don't know you well or know you well by now, you will probably notice that I'm a little thrown. And here's why. It's not because I'm nervous to meet new people, because I'm not. It's not because you know, I wonder what they'll think of me. I mean, I do, but, you know, I'm always like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, she looks pretty rough in person. And that's true, and here's why. This is why I get weird. Because when conventions roll around, for some reason, I'm always doing a lot of events and work and doing gigs, and I'm extremely tired, I'm sleep deprived, I'm usually wearing makeup from 3 days ago that I had to sleep on wonky eyelashes, and just throw more makeup on and then crack it, and I mean I look disgusting, and all I can think about is how terrible I must look to this person. So yeah, because I'm always hot, I'm usually hot too, it's hot here, conventions are a lot of people, a lot of times I have to get up really early and I've had no sleep, and I'm tired and I haven't had anything to eat or drink. So many conventions, I am really, this is for 2019, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to eat a meal of some sort. I'm going to have to do this before I go and stand in line or go into any convention, because it becomes overwhelming, it's hot, it's long, and I have low blood sugar, so I will tend to get a little woo. So if you've met me and I act a little woo, it's either because my blood sugar's off and I haven't had any sleep, or I know I'm looking a hot mess and I really wish you didn't have to see me looking like that. But I'm really excited to meet people. I love meeting people. It's super fun. So I met a couple of people when I was at the Alice Cooper concert. So that was great because I felt a little bit better then. Like I had, you know, fresh makeup and hair, and it was in the evening and it was cool outside. You know, my environment colors a lot of the way that I react. But I love meeting you guys, so if you see me, please say something to me. If I act a little weird, you'll know why. Okay, that's all. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And Mr. Venom says, Venom Horror says, Happy New Year, get your top 10 horror ready. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I had top 10 horror of 2018, I don't think I saw 10 movies. I didn't. So that's another goal for 2019, is to try to make sure that I see at least 10 new releases within that year. I gotta get on it. So, you know, but you know how it is, you know, when you get in a funk and you get kind of, you know, it's hard, unless it's something like Halloween where it's like, OG fan, gotta be there, can't miss it. Doesn't matter how you feel, doesn't matter if you're sad or not, you get your ass up and you go, right? And the final question, saving the best for last, Nightmare Maven. Hey, Vicky! Obviously, if you're here, you probably already know Vicky at Nightmare Maven. If you don't, I will link her channel in the description box below. She's amazing, and God, she has like, she has great content, consistent content, every day, all the time, great stuff. Such an inspiration. So anyway, she says, Happy New Year, Ghoul, love you, love you. For your Q&A, do you have any goals or resolutions for your channel in 2019? And that's so funny because I've just kind of mentioned a few. Goals or resolutions for my channel in 2019? Yes, I do. Because for the last couple of years, I kept saying, I'm going to pay more attention to my channel, I'm going to do more things, I'm going to change this, I'm going to do that. And then, you know, life, right? And after losing my dad, I realized that, you know what? Life happens while you're making plans, so you just have to take initiative and just do everything and do it right now. So, goals and resolutions for my channel for 2019. I don't want to set the bar too high because then I will fail epically. So, what I will say is that I am hoping to definitely get this part of the set redone. I am already in the thick of the purge and reorganization and restructuring of my collection, so I'm glad about that. Which hopefully will lead to a better room tour if I can work out, like I said, the lighting situation and what I want to use, because if I hold my phone, I feel like it's going to be weird. I don't know. I'm going to figure that out. I would really like to do 2 videos a week. I would like to say 3, but I feel like I'll fall short if I say that. So I would like to do 2 videos a week, and I would like to expand my content and just be a little bit more open and vulnerable with my audience. I have been pretty closed off, honestly. I have only done certain types of videos. I've done a lot of unboxings and things like that. I haven't done a lot of reviews because of the editing situation, but I feel like, why not? I'm just gonna do them anyway. I mean, who cares, right? I'm just gonna do them. If you guys like them, great. If you don't like them, then I'll trash them. But I'm just gonna do those, and just to be more consistent and to try to put a little bit more into my channel, because what I want from my channel is not happening, but that can't happen until I put in the effort to make those changes that I want to see happen. So hopefully better, more consistent and expanded content for this coming year. So So that's that, everybody. So that was the Q&A portion of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing another one, and the next one will probably be far more interesting because I will be doing it with a glass of Pinot Grigio. So I'll maybe wait a couple of weeks and then I'll put out a call for more questions. So thank you to everybody who submitted questions. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
So this is the new NECA Chucky, Bride of Chucky set with Chucky and Tiffany. I love the front, which depicts the movie poster, and then the back showing the figures and giving some detail and information. I also like the fact that the sides of the box have Chucky and Tiffany, so that if you're someone that displays them, you know, just stacked on a shelf, you can still see the characters. This is once you open that Velcro gatefold cover, you can see them posed, and that is the complete set. Tons of extras with this, you guys. 2 alternate heads for each figure, a lot of accessories, weapons, additional hands. The paint jobs on these look really good. Sometimes I don't think they're that great, but I think these look really well done, and I'm really excited to open this. Now, I did receive this right before I was going to release this video, so I'm not sure if I will be able to get all of these out in a timely manner. I may have to do a separate video actually removing and looking in detail at each item included with this set. And this is the interior of the box, which does have the thunderstorm backdrop. I guess you could use that for photos. I think the promotional photos have that backdrop on them as well. And this is a closer look at all of them after taking it out of the box. These are really well packed in there. I tried to see if I could just pop them out really quickly for this video, and it's going to take some work and some time. So I will have to do a separate video if you guys want to see each piece and each figure in more detail. I really personally like this set. I think it is really adorable, and it's a great keepsake. If you're a fan of Bride of Chucky like I am, then this one is definitely worth adding to your collection.
Okay, great. We're still recording. Perfect.
Okay, so I tried to do screen recording. I had the video open and I just started scrolling back and forth with my finger, and it landed on Liz Horror Fan. So congratulations to Liz Horror Fan, you are the winner of the giveaway. So congratulations to Liz Horror Fan. Please email your mailing address to me and I'll get that sent out right away. Just go to the About tab on my YouTube channel and then select under Details for Business Inquiries, View Email Address, and then just send an email to me that way. Thank you so much again for entering. Everyone, thank you so much for watching and entering the giveaway. I will be having another giveaway very shortly of a Michael Myers Ultimate NECA figure. So stay subscribed, turn your notifications on. That will be coming up very soon. And again, thank you to everyone that entered, and congratulations to Liz Horror Fan.
Okay, Okay, you guys, so that was the Q&A video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give a like. It would really help me out. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I am going to be doing a giveaway of the NECA Ultimate Michael Myers figure after I hit 6,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video, and stay spooktacular.